The forest was still. The air was cool, a new day was coming. Light touched the trees, the leaves began to glow. They shimmered with dew, birds sang their morning songs. The forest was waking up. The sun climbed higher, warmth spread through the trees. The forest was alive with the sounds of nature. It was truly a beautiful day. Elara loved the forest. She came every day. She walked among the trees. Elara searched for wisdom. She wanted to understand life. She had heard stories. They whispered of a hidden spring. It was said to hold magic. The spring gave wisdom and renewal. Elara wanted to find it. She followed the animals. They led her deeper into the forest. The path was winding, but Elara was not afraid. She trusted the forest. The air grew cooler. Elara felt a presence. The trees opened up. There she found it, the magical spring. It sparkled in the sunlight. The water was clear and pure. Elara knelt down. She cupped her hands and drank. The water was cool and refreshing. Elara felt a deep sense of peace. She knew this place was special. This was truly a place of magic. As Elara drank from the crystal-clear stream, something extraordinary began to happen. The forest around her started to blur and shimmer, as if it were a mirage. She blinked, trying to clear her vision, but the transformation continued. Before her eyes, the dense forest morphed into a vast open meadow, bathed in a warm golden light that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. Flowers of every imaginable color and shape bloomed in abundance, carpeting the ground in a vibrant tapestry. The petals glistened with dew, reflecting the sunlight like tiny jewels. A gentle breeze rustled through the leaves of the ancient trees that bordered the meadow, carrying with it the sweet, intoxicating scent of blossoms. The air was alive with the sound of birds singing joyful melodies, their songs weaving together in a harmonious symphony that filled her heart with joy. Elara felt an overwhelming sense of peace and tranquility wash over her. It was as if time itself had slowed down, allowing her to fully immerse herself in the beauty of this place. She knew, deep in her soul, that she was no longer in the forest she had known. This was a place of dreams, a realm where the ordinary rules of reality did not apply. This was the eternal spring, a sanctuary of timeless beauty and serenity. Elara took a deep breath, savoring the fragrant air, and felt a profound connection to the world around her. She realized that this vision of paradise was not just a fleeting illusion, but a glimpse into a deeper truth. It was a reminder of the beauty and wonder that existed beyond the mundane, a promise of the eternal spring that awaited those who dared to dream. In the middle of the meadow, a tree stood tall. It was an oak, ancient and wise. Elara felt drawn to it. She walked towards the oak, her footsteps soft on the grass. As she approached, the oak began to speak. Its voice was deep and rumbling, like the echoes of a distant storm. It spoke of time and change, of the countless seasons it had witnessed. It spoke of life and renewal, of the cycles that governed all living things. Elara listened intently, her heart beating in rhythm with the oak's words. She felt small in the presence of the oak, dwarfed by its immense age and wisdom, but she was not afraid. The oak's voice was kind and patient, like a gentle breeze on a warm summer day. The oak told stories of the creatures that had lived in its branches, of the birds that had sung their songs and the squirrels that had made their homes. It spoke of the people who had come and gone, of the children who had played beneath its shade, and the lovers who had carved their initials into its bark. Elara felt a deep connection to the oak, as if she were a part of its long and storied history. She realized that the oak was not just a tree, but a living testament to the passage of time, and in that moment she understood the true meaning of wisdom. The oak spoke of the seasons. It described the bright energy of spring. It told of the warmth and growth of summer. It spoke of the beauty of autumn, the leaves changing color. It described the quiet sleep of winter. Each season had its own beauty. The oak explained the balance of nature. The seasons flowed into each other. They created the cycle of life. Elara began to understand. The oak tree spoke of life's journey. It started small, like a seed. It grew and changed, like a tree. It reached its peak, then slowly faded. But life continued. New life emerged from the old. It was a never-ending cycle. Elara understood. Life was a circle, always turning. There was no beginning and no end, only change and renewal. She felt a sense of wonder. The vision faded, and Elara found herself back by the spring, the place where it all began. The forest around her felt more alive than ever, pulsating with an energy she had never noticed before. She realized she had been touched by magic, a magic that transcended the physical world. Elara now understood the intricate cycles of life, the delicate balance that kept everything in harmony. She knew that change was not something to be feared, but a natural part of existence. This newfound wisdom filled her with a profound sense of peace and acceptance. Elara felt a strong desire to share this wisdom with others. She believed that if everyone could understand what she had experienced, the world would be a better place. With a heart full of hope, she returned to her village. As she walked through the familiar paths, she noticed things she had never seen before. The way the leaves rustled in the wind, the subtle changes in the seasons, the interconnectedness of all living things. When she arrived, she gathered the villagers and began to tell them about her extraordinary experience. She spoke passionately about the beauty and wisdom of the forest, describing the vision that had opened her eyes. She explained how the cycles of life were a gift, a lesson in resilience and renewal. Elara's words resonated deeply with the villagers, and they too began to see the world through her enlightened perspective. She had shared the gift of understanding, and in doing so had sown the seeds of a more harmonious existence.